Number 1. Chewie. When all the members of TWICE were still in the survival show 16, the visual of Chewie had already been so famous that she for sure got a debut ticket solely since so many people voted for her sweet yet super chic look. However, as beauty is a double sword, it was also for this visual that she was labeled a talentless idol, and has been long criticized for being famous so easily. According to them, Chewie, besides having the charming visual, couldn't even check any boxes of a standard idol, from singing, dancing, to facial expression. Even Nayeon once publicly criticized Chewie for having no talents besides a gorgeous face.
뭐라 해야 되지? 끼 발상? 이런 매력이 쯔위의 단점 같은 걸 커버할 정도가 되는 것 같아요.
Still, probably not to dishearten Chewie too much, Nayeon then referred to her as having a unique talent. Recently, to push her personal promotion through the series of activities and Melody Project, Chewie has released a cover of Me by Taylor Swift, with the featured voice of Stray Kids' Bangchan. While the MV, colors, outfits, and of course the visual of Chewie went viral after the video was uploaded, lots of netizens have flocked into her video to question how Chewie was still the same talentless girl in the 16 era, with just a stunning visual and nothing more. According to many netizens, not only was her voice super thin, but the auto-tune also made it more annoying than usual. Plus, some people were also triggered for believing that, similar to visuals who have the surreal perfect face, Chewie also tried to keep her facial expressions and lip syncing to a minimum, so that her perfect visual wasn't destroyed. While some said they couldn't finish the whole song since it was literally putting them to sleep, others commented that Chewie should really improve on her singing because even though Bangchan just sang a small part in the cover, he still drew all the spotlight and left Chewie in the dark. If you surf all the past live videos of TWICE, you'll also see a handful of comments complaining about how her singing lacked too much energy, her dancing was robotic, and especially the soulless facial expression. For the latest comeback, Alcohol Free, she was also complained for copying and pasting the dead eyes look throughout so many eras. Number 2. Exo Sehun. While Sehun has long been famous for his stone-cold and powerful visuals, he has also never been appreciated regarding his talents and what he could bring to the tables compared with other members of EXO. In fact, the hate and criticism for his lacking talents were so big that in 2015, which meant that was when EXO had just been active for 3 years, there was a meme that called him a useless member who wanted to be famous by copying Soli's bright yellow stylish uniform, the one that everyone knew was just a uniform of the school they both went to. Even when people tried to take an objective stance, like the writer and those who upvoted this post on Reddit, they still couldn't understand why Sehun was so talentless. Here, the person stated clearly that though she had no opposition to the idea of visual being a role in a group, she just couldn't stand how these visuals were put there solely for making the group look better. In the case of EXO, she found Sehun was pretty much an outsider of this handful group. While his vocals and rap were okay, he still fell far under the bar set by other members. Like for dancing, we got Kai and Lay. Singing, we got Baekhyun, Dio, and Xiumin. But years have passed, and maybe people are now seeing what he has brought to the tables, right? Well, if you think so just because EXO has gained popularity and is well known internationally, then you better change your mind. Just 9 months ago, an alleged fan of EXO had a darn long rant about how Sehun is the worst idol ever, and provided a bunch of reasons for her saying so. Of course, everyone knows that Sehun has a universal handsomeness that both genders admire. But when it comes to his talents, sadly, this fan believed there was nothing much to appreciate. Firstly, she said Sehun couldn't sing well because while most members of EXO got to show their vocal capabilities through the winter albums, never once had Sehun had many lines in them. In fact, the exact thing she said was, Sehun barely gets to sing in any of them. As Sehun brought SM a load of money and the company was super caring for him, she said there was no way they mistreated him, and the fact that Sehun got no lines only came down to his limited capabilities. Though Sehun was even picked out to be the lead dancer of a crowded group like EXO, she believed he also fell short of the expectations that he was supposed to meet. Since his rapping was just okay and he also showed no improvements compared to Xiumin and Lay, she once again emphasized he had nothing but a handsome face.
to the sundown 无法解释现在感觉到的神秘快投奔到我怀里 before the sunrise 没有你我只能成为 nobody
네 옆은 달고 흘러 나오는 멜로디로 시끄러운 소음 닫고 볼륨은 up high
Because the topic itself was already controversial, of course you'll see a heated debate in the comment section. Some said that being handsome alone was already a talent. Others believe that it was just a genetic lottery and not at all a talent. Number 3. iKON's Chanwoo. Maybe when looking at iKON, your eyes will be immediately hooked by the handsome yet somewhat adorable look of Chanwoo. But did you know that he's always been criticized for allegedly having no talents at all? In fact, when iKON had just debuted, there were lots of people questioning his joining iKON and throwing hands at him because they believed he didn't deserve it. As early as YG showed the intention to let Chanwoo be an icon, the number of people hating on him was so huge that on one Hallyu, many netizens had posted things like, "Why do people hate iKON's Chanwoo? I regret voting for Chanwoo on Mix and Match." And "Why is Chanwoo an icon?" Besides some saying that he was indeed talentless for sucking at all aspects of being an idol, others added that it was also because he downgraded the image of iKON as a package group, and made iKON take 1,000 steps backwards. Despite being trained for years under YG Entertainment, netizens believed Chanwoo was always lacking energy in vocals and dancing. And when it came to the most unique things of YG's idols, badass stage presence, he also fell short of it. And you know what they call him? Sounds pretty harsh and offensive, but frequently, he was called the potato of the group. Because he was believed to only have the visual and nothing more, netizens on Pan even said they really didn't like iKON anymore right after Chanwoo was confirmed as the 6th member of the group. Number 4. Red Velvet's Yeri. Similar to Chanwoo, the fact that Yeri got added to the group, especially when Red Velvets had already been familiar with the 4-member lineup, didn't sit well with many people. While some admitted that Yeri was added to the group for her bright visuals, which ultimately attracted younger fans, lots of people just couldn't stand the fact that she added nothing to an already full-package group. According to netizens, while the initial lineup was beyond perfect and every member excels at their role, as Wendy was there for the vocal line, Seulgi and Irene for the dance line, and Joy was the sunshine of the group, Yeri was just there doing nothing but being a magne. Some even said that they don't consider themselves Red Velvets because Yeri was too cringy and talentless for them to get on board. The first problem came from her voice. While people agreed that she was stable and can also hit the notes at times, they just couldn't help getting cringy since she sounds like trying super hard to squeeze her voice. Her dance also got on their nerves because most of the time she was so stiff that her hips didn't move. Compared to other idols on the list, Yeri's dancing especially ticked off many people because in 2018, loads of netizens had angrily thrown hands at her for failing to keep up with the group's synchronization too many times across several promotions. For some people, they just couldn't put up with Yeri's pointless role in the group any longer, so they constantly demanded her to leave the group. So, do you think netizens are being too harsh? Or is it true that these idols need to brush up on their skills besides owning a stunning visual? Comment down below to share your thoughts with us. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to bebosstv, since we'll be back with more interesting videos. Thank you for watching.